explain to me what's going on, okay?
There's a note left and our daughter's gone.
Before this became one of the most debated cases in America, it was a 6-year-old girl. Her name was JonBenét Ramsey. The morning after Christmas in 1996, her parents, John and Patsy Ramsey, woke up to something unexpected, a ransom note inside their own home. At that moment, it looked like a kidnapping, but within hours, that assumption would fall apart. Most people focus on one question: who killed JonBenét Ramsey? But this documentary asks something different. How did the media, her public image, and her age as a child affect the way this case was handled? Because this isn't just about what happened, it's about how a case changes when it goes public. JonBenét lived in Boulder, Colorado with her parents and her brother, Burke Ramsey. On December 26th, Patsy Ramsey says she found a handwritten note on the staircase. It was unusual. Not just because it was there, because of what it looked like. It was over 2 pages long, carefully written, detailed. It demanded $118,000, a number that matched John Ramsey's recent work bonus. It warned the family not to call police, but they did. Later, investigators determined that the note had been written using paper and a pen from inside the house. That detail alone raised questions. When police arrived, the home was not fully secured. Friends and family were present. People moved through different rooms. All the time, no one knew JonBenét was still inside. That meant potential evidence could have been disturbed or lost. Hours later, John Ramsey was asked to check the house again. He went down to the basement, to a small closed-off room, and that's where he found JonBenét. She had been there the entire time. That moment changed the direction of the entire investigation. Now there were contradictions. A ransom note, but no kidnapping. A crime scene inside the home, but no clear explanation. Investigators began looking at multiple possibilities.
Do you remember how JonBenét was dressed? She had on a little top with a silver star on it and black pants.
Some focused on the idea of an intruder. Others questioned whether someone inside the home could have been involved. But because of early mistakes in securing the scene, some answers may never be fully known.
No arrests have been made. This case started as a kidnapping. Police were called here to the scene at about 6 a.m. the morning after Christmas. Someone inside this house had made a 911 call saying that little JonBenét had been kidnapped.
At the same time, the case was becoming national news, and the version of JonBenét that people saw wasn't just a child. It was the pageant version of her. The makeup, the outfits, the performances. Those images were shown repeatedly, and they started shaping how people saw the case.
And once again, the Ramseys take their case to the public.
John and Patsy Ramsey gave interviews. They spoke publicly. They denied involvement, but those interviews became something else. They became something people analyzed. Some viewers believed them, others questioned their behavior, and once those opinions formed, they influenced how everything else was interpreted. Over time, different theories developed. Some focused on the family, others pointed to an unknown intruder. Later, DNA evidence suggested the possibility of someone outside the immediate family, but the case remains unsolved. But through all of this, JonBenét was just 6 years old. She couldn't control how she was seen. She couldn't control how her story was told. And after her death, her image became part of the case itself. This case shows something bigger. When media, crime, and public attention come together, cases don't just develop through evidence. They develop through perception. The JonBenét Ramsey case is still unsolved, and maybe one day there will be answers. But this case leaves something else behind. A question. Not just about what happened, but about how we understand what happened. Because when a case becomes a story, the truth can become harder to separate from the way it is told.